and welcome or welcome back. And this is part three of our Diablo like game series. And this time we're going to focus on the mana and the health bar. So let's get right into that. And as far as an update goes, I had to get rid of that guy that was the mercenary. His character, because I updated everybody to have the movement code, and they all worked fine except for him. When I tried to load him into the level, uh, Unity would not recognize his nav mesh agent controller component. It just wouldn't, no matter what I did. And I had him set up exactly the same way as everybody else. So, yeah, he had to go. So I brought her in, and for now, I make changes. I mean, I know I want to keep this guy and this guy. I know I want to keep her and the sorceress, but the rogue and the thief, I don't know. They might change. But yeah, I had to change the mercenary for now because, like I said, he just would not load in and be recognized as an Avmesh agent. So yeah, let's get into this here. Okay, so here's our health and our mana, and as you can see, the style very Diablo-ish. Okay, which is what I'm going for, so that's good. And I've got it set up so we can test it with keys on the keyboard. All right, so Z and X will decrease and increase the health, and this is just for testing. And then C and V will decrease and increase the mana, and again, just for testing. Okay. And I've also changed the camera distance so it's a little closer. It was a little far away, so I'll show you that too. But yeah, let's check out what's going on there. Alrighty, so let's start with the health here. Now, uh, the canvas, if you'll notice, has a script on it. It's a new script called the health bar controller. Okay. And in the code for the health bar controller, we've got some declarations up top, and a couple of them are public images, a health bar image and a mana bar image. Okay. And as you can see in the code that is on the canvas, there are spots to drag and drop the images in. Okay. Now, the images for, like, say, the health bar are made up of a lot of different images. All right. And the main one is this one, and that's the health itself. Okay. And what I did was, it's just a round image. Show you that. Okay. It's just a circle, and I believe it's 256 by 256. So actually, I can set that up here. That'll make it better. Okay. So yeah, it's just a round white circle, and it's white, so that way we can adjust the colors better in Unity. And it's got the alpha channel around the outside of it. All right. And as you yes, see, as you can see, I tinted it red. Okay. And I changed it to filled, so it acts like a slider, and you get this fill amount variable here. Okay, and it's going from vertically from the bottom. And that's your main health bar, is this image here. Okay. The back is the same circle, but I put it behind everything else, and then I tinted it black. Okay. And it doesn't look black because right here is this image. Okay, it's the same kind of circle, same size and everything, except the alpha channel is on the outside, but inside it's got a white and black radial gradient. with where I kind of click to the top, so it would be like bright up top and dark down bottom, give it kind of a glassy look, like a sphere. Okay, so that's why it doesn't look black. You're seeing that white from this image here, and that's over, like the health background that's behind the red, and then that glass one is in front of the red, and then this one is just this right here. Okay, it's another image I made real quick with a transparent background and inside with the alpha channels, and I dropped that on top of the other round images, so kind of like a border, and then I darkened it up just a little bit right here. So you can make it like black or okay, so yeah, just darkened it up a little bit, and that's what those are. All right, background is just black. All right, so but that the health, that's your main health bar. That's the one that does the work because, it's got the fill amount. All right. So, this guy here, I made him using AI. All right. I went to ChatGPT, asked it to write me a prompt for a top-down image of a demon cradling a sphere. And after a few tries, in Deep AI, I dropped the prompt into Deep AI. And after a few tries, I got a good one like this. So the prompt was really good from GPT. And then I gave it the alpha channel around the outside. I removed the sphere from under its hands and chin and around it and gave all that an alpha channel. And then I just dropped this over my health images. Okay. Excuse me. And then it's the same thing for the angel. I did the same exact thing, except in the prompt in Deep AI, I replaced the word demon with angel, and it started giving me these. So, and then this stuff here, kind of just trying to work out how I want my UI to be, and I'm testing different things, but this could be spots for slots for like potions and stuff. But yeah, let's go see the code real quick. So, like I said, for me, you put the script wherever you want, but I dropped it on the canvas because it made more sense to me. The canvas is what's housing all the images, so it's easy for me to remember where it is, and that's what I dropped it on. And then I just dragged the mana and the health images in, and you know that's the main one that you change the fill type to fill. You drag that in. All right, and yeah, in the code. Uh, Here's the health bar controller script. Okay, it's using Unity UI. It's got the health bar image that you drop into there. I just showed you, and then two floats, public and private, one for max health and one for current health, and the same for the mana. Then in the start, we declare current health equal to max health, so it's filled from the start. We do that both, and then we update the UI with these two functions: update health bar, update mana bar. Those are down here. All right. And then these four functions are right here. The decrease health, decrease mana. That's these right here. Okay. And what they're doing is they're taking the current health variable that we declared up top and equaling it to mathf.clamp, current health plus amount. And the amount is what you set when you want to, obviously decrease or increase the health. You put it in parentheses in the back. So they're all set to 10 right now. So when it says amount, float amount, that's what you put right there where I just showed you. Okay. And increase health, like I said, mathf.clamp current health plus amount, 0, and then max health. And then you update the health bar. Okay. And decreasing health, same thing, except you minus them out. And then mana, same thing as both of those. Then update health bar, we make a float called fill amount. Set it to current health divided by the max health. All right, and then the health bar image, the one that we declared and dropped into the inspector, dot fill amount. I showed you on the slide of the fill amount. So the image dot fill amount equals this fill amount, which is current health divided by max health. Same thing for the mana, except I called it fill amount 2 and put fill amount 2 there. Okay, so that's the health bar script. And then in the click to move, which is the movement script, which is super sweet. Because you know what? Look at this. It's under 37 lines, and that's with these just for testing that I'm going to get rid of. So it's like 30 lines of code, and every character has this script on them to move. So it's a kind of a universal movement script, and it works great. But in this script, we declare up top the health bar controller, which is the script, and we call it health bar. And then in start, we say health bar is equal to GameObject.find, and in parentheses and quotations, it's the canvas. We want the canvas item because the canvas has that script on it. Okay. So we get to find the canvas item by name and then do dot get component health bar controller. So we're accessing the script component on the canvas. Okay. And that's how we access it and utilize the word health bar. So down here, when I say health bar decrease health, it's automatically going here and running this function decrease health. Okay. So that's it. That's all it is for the health bars. All right, real easy. And like I said, I'm going to get rid of these as soon as I put an enemy or something in, which probably next time because I really want to whack an enemy and get that going. And the camera, like I said, I changed the distance because it was too far away. So camera.main.transform.position equals new vector 3. And it says transform.position x, but it's really the player's dot position x because this script is on every player that gets loaded in. So the player dot position x, the player dot position y plus 7, and the player dot position z minus 5. And that gives you the distance you saw here. Okay, which I think is much better actually than what it was. It was kind of real far. You couldn't see the player. And you can still see a good amount around the player, so that works for me. And like I said, the health bars, mana bars, you know, work great. So that's what we're going to be using. And the way we do it is perfect because once we put an enemy in, they'll be able to access it just as easy as we did with the movement code on him. So if they whack me in battle, they can just go to that code like we did, and they'll say decreases health by whatever my damage is. So it's going to work out really good for the enemies and combat to have it the way it is. So that's that. That's this one, and we've got health and mana. And like I said, these might change. I don't know. I'm still working on how I want the UI to be, but that's it for now. And I hope it earned your subscription. And when you do subscribe, hit that bell notification, and you'll get notified when a new part to this series drops. And they're dropping pretty quick, so yeah, you might want to do that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I know I'm enjoying making it. And until next time, when we probably make some at least one enemy type and do some combat. Peace out.